Well, as you guys may have noticed, we didn't do a 2024 channeling this year, and I feel like there's some energy there. So I'm just going to tune in to see if Prime Creator has anything that wants to be said about the year, and then we'll work with the February forecast. Dear ones, your calendar year of 2024 will embody great change, lots of disclosure, and holds the energy signatures for your dreams coming true. And when I'm speaking of your dreams, I am speaking of the creations of the light and those visions that you've held that are of high frequency, and that in previous timelines and years could not quite become physical on planet Earth because of the frequency of those visions and dreams. Enough change has happened within the planet to support the frequency of your higher visions and dreams. And so this is very good news for those of you who have been working for a long time to materialize certain things that are of high frequency. This means that now these dreams and visions can merge with planet Earth. Also, what is required in this equation is that you, as the vision holder, as the steward of the dream, also hold a very high frequency, and that you step into your power more and more, that you embody more and more of your power. This is somewhat of a holy trinity, you as the vision holder, planet Earth, and the creation itself. All three parts need to be working together. And so what you can do from your end as the human is to work with embodying the highest frequency possible. You will see a lot of changes unfold upon your planet this year as more and more disclosure takes place. More and more is now coming into the light in the public eye. Some of the things that many of you have known for years and even decades will now be able to be accessed and seen by the public. Because the frequency is raising at such a high degree and a fast rate, the collective is now moving into higher echelons of frequency, into higher dimensions of frequency. And this means that they will be able to see more of what has been hidden in the shadows. And to help you understand, this has always been available, this has always been able to be seen, but only by those with eyes to see and ears to hear, so to speak, only those who are really paying attention and looking for these things. Now it will be more obvious to those who have not been able to see previously. So that by the end of this year, many, many more within the collective will understand what has been going on. Maybe not to the full depths of all that has been going on in the shadow, but to enough of a degree that they will stand up for the light and for what is right. and many that have been in your lives that you have previously not been able to speak with about certain things, the conversation will be more open, they will be more receptive to seeing what you have been knowing and understanding for many years. I will also issue an invitation to those of you who have seen and understood what has been going on, that even more will come to light that even you have not seen nor understood. And so to stay open, to not think that you know everything, to not think that you have a handle on the truth or that you know the whole truth. Even more will be revealed to you. And so I invite you, dear ones, to keep your hearts and your minds open to this. And to allow yourselves to see even more truth, to hear even more truth, to understand even more. Change and disclosure go hand in hand. So as more is revealed, more change will unfold. And this change will be a natural byproduct of people seeing more and understanding more. And it will also be something that is initiated and enacted by those who are gathering their power to effect change on this planet. There is a new wave of souls that are stepping up into leadership, into reclaiming their power. More and more humans will understand why they have come to this planet, and they will embark on their soul mission in a deeper, more conscious way. And so, for those of you who have been feeling alone for quite some time in your mission, I invite you now to open up your hearts to these beings who are stepping up. And you can mentor them or co-create with them. They will very quickly come into an understanding of why they are here on this planet and how they wish to express their soul missions. And it may seem as if they are stepping up into their roles without much experience, quote unquote. But at the soul level, they have a depth of experience, and they will need your support to move forward with their missions. They will need your support to stay on track and be guided a bit, but they have a great depth of soul wisdom. And so it is important to recognize this and acknowledge this in the beings who are stepping up. Because you are a soul family, and the more of you that can come together, the greater the power, the greater the change that can be affected on this planet. Dear ones, I invite you to keep your awareness about you regarding Elon Musk, the presidential race in the US, the financial system, and things that are unfolding there. Now, this is not to be your primary focus, but to simply have awareness about what these beings are doing. The presidential race will not be what it seems. There are many inversions and many layers of illusion. Again, this is not your focus, but to simply have some awareness about what is going on. There are many sources saying, take your money out of the banks, buy silver, buy gold, buy cryptocurrency, etc. There is much advice circulating. Each one will have different guidance about how to navigate, about what to do with their money. And it is important to pay attention to. But I invite you, dear ones, to not have fear about money. If you will lose it, if you will gain it, all of these things. Yes, it is always important to be grounded, to be practical, to make smart decisions for yourself and your families. But do not allow fear to influence your decisions. And so if you feel guided to remove your money from fiat currency and put it into another place, do this with confidence and make your decision without fear. If you feel guided to leave your money in the bank, do this with confidence and without fear. I understand, dear ones, it can be quite confusing with the many layers and levels of illusion and inversion. But at the end of the day, money is not the most important thing. Your skills, your talents, your spiritual gifts, your practical third dimensional gifts and skills, these are what you will need to move forward. So cultivate your strengths, cultivate new skills, move forward in the ways that you feel guided and fulfilled. Things that bring you peace, joy, excitement, fulfillment, move forward in these areas to cultivate your skills and your gifts.
So, Prime Creator, what I think I heard you say about what you just shared most recently is we just need to check in with the Creator, and each person individually will get the guidance that's most appropriate for them. Is there anything else that you can share about that?
Yes, dear one, this is correct. And to stay centered and at peace as much as possible so that you can make the clearest and best decision for yourself. To not get caught up in fear-based narratives and this will happen or that will happen, or even what I will call hopium-based narratives of this big thing will happen or that big thing will happen. But to listen in each moment, because things have the potential to change very quickly. And so when you are present and when you are listening in each moment, you will be poised to receive any direction if that is needed for you. And if you already feel confident in what you are doing, continue in that vein. If you are questioning what you are doing, then take some time to get quiet, listen, and tune in. Ask God to give you direct messages about how to navigate what to do. Does this answer your question, dear one?
Yes, thank you so much, friend creator.
It really is about being present and listening in each moment, flowing with the changes, being flexible and adaptable, allowing and flowing, listening, getting quiet, surrendering, taking fast action when inspired. I thank you, dear ones. We will now shift the energy to talk about the month of February. February will contain a lot of pushing energy, meaning energy that is supportive of you and pushing you into something greater, challenging you to be more of yourself, pushing you out of your comfort zone, pushing you to release what no longer serves. This energy does not have to feel challenging or overwhelming when you simply embrace the idea of being pushed into something greater. It is a galvanizing energy, activation energy, but beyond activation, because many of you are already activated, it is a I will explain it in this way, dear ones. Imagine you are walking up a very steep hill and it takes a lot of effort. And then imagine that there is a force behind you pushing you to assist you to get up the hill. It will be like this. Yes, you will be engaged in some effort and perhaps some challenge, but you will have this force that is assisting you to move you through any difficult or challenging parts. And it is not a forceful energy in the sense that it will force you beyond what you are capable of or anything like this. It is a guiding force, a helpful force, a force that will assist you to do what you are already choosing to do. So I invite you, dear ones, to embrace this energy that is arriving to assist you in moving forward, that is holding your hand to help you move through and navigate any situations that may feel like a bit of a challenge or a mastery opportunity. Take a deep breath, dear ones. And if this is a type of support that you want, simply say yes within your hearts, or you can say it out loud. Yes, I would like to receive this assisting force in my life to help me move beyond my limitations, to help me gently move out of my comfort zone, Allow and receive, dear ones, as you desire for this to be in your life. With this energy, it is also important to maintain your balance and to rest when you need to rest. This is not the type of energy where you are sprinting to cross a finish line. This is a slow and steady, determined, committed movement forward with balance, with the rest that you need, with the nutrition that you need. I invite you to work with detoxifying the body, clearing the mind, and allowing yourself to rest when you need to rest. There are also some energies, I will say, of sweetness arriving in February. Love, sacred union, partnership, marriage, union with yourself, self-love, marriage to yourself, being sweet and kind to yourself. You will be supported in these efforts and endeavors to love yourself unconditionally and to find a sweetness about yourself and a sweetness within, to discover a new level of care and sweetness for yourself, and therefore care and love for those around you, friends, families, partners, etc. And if you are not already partnered and you are seeking, the energetics of sacred union, sacred partnership are enhanced in February. These next 2 years, you will see many, many more sacred unions coming into fruition. Many who have been seeking soulmates, partnerships, etc. These sacred unions that are much, much deeper than lust. They are at the soul level, working together. These are the types of partnerships that will come into being in the next 2 years. There is now that longing and desire within the hearts and beings of many to be in sacred union partnership. And so you will see many more of these partnerships come into being. And February is an activation point for this. There is a portal that is opening to support these sacred union partnerships to come into being. And so those of you who are desiring this can harness the energies. It will be a slow build throughout the month of February. There is no specific date. So you can simply set your intentions to receive these frequencies if you wish.
Can you explain that term, what you said, marriage to yourself? What that means?
Yes, dear one. It will mean different things for different people, but essentially making a commitment to yourself to be true to yourself. In your culture that you are familiar with, there are marriage vows and people take these vows as everlasting promises to be faithful and true to each other. And so to marry yourself is to have a faithfulness to yourself, a commitment to yourself that you will be true, that you will be your true self, that you will be more and more of yourself, that you will honor yourself and love yourself, that you will cherish yourself. Think about all the things that you make a promise to with the other person when you are going into a marriage. Make these promises to yourself. And this is what I mean.
Creator, thank you. When you offer unconditional love for yourself and receive these energies, this is also helping the collective to receive this when we do this. Is this correct?
Absolutely, dear one.
Thank you.
Remember that anything you do for yourself, you are doing for the collective. And this includes things that are not of the light. And that is why it is so important to remain in integrity with the light. Because what you do is amplified throughout the collective energy field. And those of you who are embodying more light do have a greater effect when they do something that is not in integrity with the light. And so it is important to remember both sides of this equation.
I have one about seeing number patterns, as I have a little digital watch in my bed at the bed. So sometimes when I can't sleep or what, then get the flashlight on, look at the watch, and it happens to see a number patterns, either all threes or twos or something like that. What makes up us wake up at a certain time? Is that the higher self or what? To look at the right time at the clock?
There are always things aligning, and there are many ways that life works to show you your alignments. So in some cases, yes, it is the higher self that wakes a person up. In some cases, it is simply an energetic alignment that wakes the person up to see the numbers. Sometimes it is guides or light beings with the person. It is different for each person. But the theme here is an external reflection of how you are aligning internally. And so when you see numbers in alignment, it is simply giving you some feedback. Life is giving you feedback about how and where you are aligned. I thank you for your question, dear one. Dear ones, I will speak again about grounding and staying centered as you move through the rest of this month of January. You can see that the energies of disclosure have already begun in full force. You can feel that the unraveling of the old matrix and the emerging of the new is moving at record pace. And although we have discussed this many times, it is worth repeating that when you look around you and you perceive chaos, world events, tragedies, war, natural disasters, it can be very easy to become emotional about these things. It can be very easy to give fear energy to these things. And I urge you, dear ones, to develop even more centeredness within your own being. And it may not be clear for you how to do this, but set your intentions that you are choosing to remain grounded, that you are choosing to remain centered, that you are choosing to keep your head held high, your heart open, your mind clear. Set your intentions that these are your choices. Make your choices every morning when you wake up. I am choosing to stay centered and grounded. I am choosing to keep my mind clear. I am choosing to keep my emotional body centered. Make your choice about the energetics that you allow within your being and around you. If you need to keep your distance from certain people to maintain your integrity in your energy, then do this without apology. It can be gentle, it does not need to be harsh, but do not apologize for maintaining your energetic standards and the frequency that you wish to embody, that you are choosing to embody. So much of all of this has to do with your choice. So when I invite you into something like staying centered or grounded and you don't know how to do it, make the choice that you are doing it. And then your body will inform you what to do. Your higher self will inform you what to do. You will receive guidance and signs and signposts about what and how to do these things. I wish to remind you of your power, dear ones, the power of your choices, the power that you have as humans when you make choices. And you can make choices with your conscious awareness, or you can make choices by default. I invite you, dear ones, to make choices that further your growth, that move you more into your power. And again, if you do not know what that means, simply choose to embody more of your power. Make that choice. The path ahead can be clear. It does not need to be muddled. And the way that you keep that path clear is by not becoming distracted with all of the things that are shown to you. You will see and hear things about the financial system. You will see and hear things about giants or the Nephilim. You will see and hear things about politics, wars. There are many things that will be projected into your consciousness, or that will be attempted to be projected into your consciousness in this coming year. And you can set a boundary around all of this by choosing not to engage with certain news sources or certain people. You can choose not to engage in the projections by maintaining your energetic boundaries, embodying only your essence and your energy. You do not need to engage with distractions, dear ones. Yes, it is tempting. Yes, your neural pathways are wired to these distractions, but you can rewire. How to rewire? Again, make the choice. and then put yourself with people and in places and situations that support that choice. If you need to spend more time alone, spend more time alone. If you need to spend more time with friends to get support, spend more time with friends and get support. Get to know yourself, your needs, how to support your body, the nutrition to give your body. It is important that you move forward into this year with clear minds, clear hearts, clear bodies as much as is possible. I thank you, dear ones. Wow. Thank you, Prime Creator. I just want to speak just briefly to the power of choice that Prime Creator was talking about. Recently, something was coming up for me and I wasn't quite sure how to navigate. And I was like, you know what? I choose this. This is what I'm choosing to do. And then it was like the energy kind of shifted. Everything around me kind of shifted to support that choice. And I don't even remember what it was anymore. I just remember that something came up and I was feeling a little lost in it. And I was like, this is my choice. And yeah, it was really powerful to help shift me into the next level. So really, I would listen to that part of the message several times, really like let that seep into your being and let yourself move forward this year with grace and with power. Thanks, everyone.